First guest tonight, homered and homered and homered again and again to power his. Look at this.
Hits the ball to right field. She is gone!
To power the Los Angeles Dodgers to an 8th World Series title. 1 million fans showed up to cheer him on Saturday. Please give a big LA welcome to the most valuable player, Freddie Freeman. What an unbelievable performance that was.
I appreciate that.
Is this something you imagined as a boy?
Yeah, I mean, you always dream about wanting to be in the World Series and then ultimately winning one, but to do it from a place where you're from in Southern California, I think that made it a little bit special.
Yeah. And to do it in such, I mean, it's like that description that you'd have. You know, you'd be playing wiffle ball, and you go like, okay, it's the 10th inning, it's extra innings, we're down by a run. And I have to say, I was at Game 1, and I watched what you did, which was incredible. And I want to ask you a couple things, because I was kind of imagining what was going through your brain at that time. So they intentionally walk Mookie Betts to get to you. They put him on first. The bases are now loaded. And I turned to my buddy. I said, Cleto, oh, Freddie's mad. They intentionally walk Mookie. Yeah, he's mad. This is going to be good. Were you annoyed?
I'm not annoyed because... I mean, if you follow baseball, once you saw them get second and third on Shohei's foul out, I kind of knew, just left on left. That's kind of the matchup. But I was replaying everything my process that I was going to go with in that moment. So I wasn't really thinking about Mookie getting walked. I was just going over my plan in that moment.
You had a plan going into the at-bat.
Yes.
Well, I will tell you another thing. Our other pal, Jimmy, is sitting next to me. He's going, please don't swing at the first pitch. Please don't swing at the first pitch.
I'm glad he was wrong.
I'm glad you didn't listen.
Okay, so you want to know my thought process on that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I had watched actually at-bats against Shohei against Nestor. Because usually when Shohei walks into the box, your back's against the wall. It's most likely going to be a home run when he comes into the box. So I wanted to see how he pitched to Shohei. And a lot of cutters and sliders away. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to move my sights closer to me and try and be on the fastball, because if I'm on the fastball on the inside part of the plate, I won't swing at the cutters or sliders away. And he threw it right where I was looking.
He sure did.
But the thing is, you got to hit him too. That's the hard part. Like, you can be looking in certain spots, but sometimes you miss the mistakes you get. And
I would miss every single time.
I'm glad I didn't miss in that moment.
Have you spoken to Nestor? Did you ever?
No, we haven't.
You didn't have anything? You say thanks? I mean, you should send him a little something.
I don't know how to go about that one.
A fruit basket would be nice. I think that is the appropriate gift. And then you guys have the big... What did you guys do to celebrate after the game?
It's going to be a little bit of a letdown.
Okay.
So obviously we went on the road. We celebrate like crazy in the clubhouse, doing a lot of fun stuff. But then we actually had to fly home that night. So we left Yankee Stadium around 3 a.m. and we flew all the way home. We landed at like 9:30 in the morning. So I'm not going to lie, there was pretty much just sleeping.
Pretty much sleeping. And at what point you're on this high, you just won the World Series, you're the MVP, all your like childhood dreams have come true.
Yeah.
You get home, do you go, oh, now I have to take out the garbage?
I went trick-or-treating the night we flew home.
Okay,
so,
you did.
Yeah, so I had to get Iron Man set up, the Hulk and Spider-Man. Thankfully, my beautiful wife helped a lot. So, we went straight. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It was straight into trick-or-treating. That was pretty much it.
I actually met your family after the game,
That's what I heard.
and they were very, very excited.
I can only imagine.
I mean, I was excited for their excitement, really. So you went trick-or-treating. Did you see any little Freddies?
Yeah, we saw a couple.
Yeah.
A lot of Shoheis.
Did they notice you? Did the Freddies notice you?
Yeah, I took one picture with a Freddie. So,
okay, all right. That must have been crazy.
It is cool. It's you don't ever think about that as a kid and growing up that you're going to have people dressing up as you. So
no, yeah.
It's kind of surreal, and thankfully that I was able to do something to make people happy. That's
you did make people really, not in New York, you made them very unhappy. In New York, the people were displeased.
Yeah, I heard it. Believe me, I heard it when I was there.
I'm sure you did. Although I have to say, I do want to mention this. One of the Yankees fans, this is pretty great, had a sign. I don't know if you saw this during the game.
Yeah.
Freddie, please stop. Which is...
I think I hit a home run this game, so I didn't stop.
No, you didn't stop at all. No. But it was nice of him to be polite. We have
that might have been the only polite person.
We have a moment with Kike in the locker room after the game.
Why are you still wearing a cup?
Okay, no. Now, why did he know you were still wearing a cup?
I think that we all know Kike now. He's not a hugger up top. He's a hugger from here and pull you in kind of guy.
I see. He's a butt hugger, what you call. Yeah.
He's going to feel everything that you have. That's just, that's Kike.
Besides the story being great on its own, it's so great because of what you guys went through this season, and the love from the Dodgers fans was really incredible. Not just during the World Series, but throughout the whole season.
Yeah, it's special. I mean, I think everybody that kind of knows, my family and I went through a lot with our son Maximus getting Guillain-Barré in late July. And when I came back, that first game was one of the most special things I've ever been a part of, standing ovation by 53,000 people when I first came back. And I tried to reciprocate that love, that moment, but sometimes it takes a couple months, and 3 months later, I was thankfully able to put on a World Series to remember. And hopefully, there's different ways you can show love, and I tried to show it then, and I'm glad I was able to show it with performance as well.
You not only do you have the bad ankle, which we could all see you limping, but you also had a rib injury of some kind.
Yeah, so I had a costal cartilage defect of my 6th rib, which is essentially a broken rib. That actually happened the night before NLDS Game 1 against the Padres. So I was hitting in the cage, and I dropped to the ground, and I needed help out of the cage. So I went to the MRI that too. I was in an MRI too about 11:30 that night, and luckily the results came back. I thought I had blown my oblique out and whatnot, but it came back, and I was like, well, I think I can play through that, right, with some help. So I wasn't really able to walk in that morning, and we did a lot of treatment, and that's, you know how it was like kind of like game time decision every single day? It was mostly because of my rib, not my ankle. So
interesting.
Yeah, the ankle obviously wasn't very good either.
Have you heard from Kirk Gibson? Because I think a lot of people
he actually sent a message through one of the executives of the Dodgers saying congratulations. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I actually got to meet him earlier this year, so very nice guy. He does the Tigers stuff, so I get to see him a lot.
Yeah. I mean, you now he's got to share that spotlight with you.
No, I think we're okay sharing it. That's World Series wins. So
12 RBIs is the you tied the record held by a member of the Yankees, Bobby Richardson, in 1960.
And he lost.
Yeah. And he did it. That was a 7-game series.
Yeah.
You did it in 5 games. So really, you are the record holder, as far as I think I am concerned.
I appreciate that.
Mookie was here. He told us that the dance that you guys do when you get a hit is something that you came up with, courtesy of a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Actually, he said.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah. Would you show us just a little of that? And I know you have a rib.
You can, it's a lot better with a bottle of wine, I promise.
You know you're going to have to do that at every wedding you go to for the whole rest of your life.
Maybe do it on the stage in front of 53,000 people. It's a lot easier when you hit a double or something like that. When you're prompted to do it, it's a little bit
it's a little
awkward.
bit different.
It's a little awkward.
Well, think of it as this was really like a double, I think. So, well, it's great to have you here. Thank you so much for coming. I know you're probably exhausted in every way.
Can you tell a little bit?
I'm sure you are. You have to be. I mean, you'd be inhuman not to be. But congrats. It was so much fun, and especially when we needed it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank
Freddie
you.
Freeman, everybody. Oh, my God. How I forgot this. Oh, yeah. I got you a present. We'll be right back with Alice and Janney.
ありがとうございます。ここまでお読みいただき、本当に感謝いたします。フレディ・フリーマン選手とロサンゼルス・ドジャースがワールドシリーズで見せた輝かしい戦い、そしてついに達成した悲願の優勝は、 何百万人ものファンに感動と誇りをもたらしました。この勝利は、ただのスポーツの勝敗を超えて、ファンとチームの絆を深め、そしてスポーツの持つ力を再確認させてくれました。フレディ選手が幼い頃から夢見てきたワールドシリーズ優勝、南カリフォルニアで育ち、いつの日か地元でこの偉業を成し遂げたいと願ってきた彼にとって、この勝利は単なる達成感ではなく、より深い意義を持っています。幼い頃に夢見たシナリオが現実となり、彼の故郷で大勢のファンに祝福される瞬間は、きっと彼の心に一生残り続けることでしょう。試合中のフレディ選手の落ち着きと計画性は、まさにプロフェッショナルの見本です。例えば、MOOKIEBETTS 選手が意図的にフォアボールを受けた後、フレディ選手は動揺することなく、冷静に自分の戦略を貫きました。その結果、ファンが待ち望んでいた一打を放ち、勝利へとチームを導いたのです。このようなプレッシャーの中で冷静さを保つのは、決して容易なことではなく、その背後には長年の努力と鍛錬があることがわかります。そして、試合後のエピソードもまた、彼の人柄を物語るものです。大勢のファンと共に祝うだけでなく、彼は家族と過ごす時間も大切にしています。勝利後の夜、家に戻ってから家族とハロウィンを楽しむ姿は、彼が単なるヒーローではなく、父親としての役割も全うする人物であることを示しています。この温かい一面こそ、ファンから愛される理由の一つでしょう。また、彼の家族への思いも深いもので、特に今年のシーズンでは、彼の息子が深刻な病気にかかったことで、一時期は彼も心が折れそうになりました。しかし、その困難を乗り越え、家族と共にファンの応援を受けながら試合に戻ってきた彼は、以前にも増してファンと強い絆を感じたそうです。復帰戦での53,000人のスタンディングオベーションは、フレディ選手にとっても生涯忘れられない瞬間であり、彼もその感動をファンに返すべく、一打席一打席を全力で挑み続けました。フレディ選手はシーズンを通していくつもの困難に立ち向かいました。NLDS 前には肋骨を負傷し、足首にも問題を抱えながらも、彼は決して諦めずに戦い続けました。その苦難を乗り越えてのワールドシリーズ優勝は、彼にとってもチームにとっても特別な意味を持つものであり、ファンにとっても忘れられないシーズンとなりました。まさにプロの鏡として、フレディ選手は最高の舞台でその実力を証明し、多くのファンの心を動かしました。そして、このシーズンを通じて、ドジャースのファンが見せた愛とサポートも素晴らしいものでした。彼らはフレディ選手だけでなく、チーム全体を支え、励まし続けました。その結果として生まれた、この栄光の瞬間は、まさにファンと選手が一つになった証と言えるでしょう。フレディ選手も、その感謝の気持ちを忘れることなく、ファンに喜びを届けるために、毎試合全力を尽くしてくれました。最後に、ここまで応援してくださった皆さん、ぜひ、この素晴らしい瞬間についての感想をシェアしてください。皆さんの思いをコメントで聞かせていただければ、フレディ選手やドジャースへの愛がさらに広がり、次のシーズンへとつながることでしょう。いいねとチャンネル登録をしていただけると、私たちから最新の試合情報やニュースをいち早くお届けできます。そして、コメント欄でもフレディ選手への応援メッセージや試合の感想をお寄せください。今後の新しいシーズン、そして彼らが新たに刻む歴史をぜひ一緒に見守っていきましょう。